All right, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy. We back. Another car video. Man, so the Detroit Lions did not make any trades at the deadline. I had a gut feeling that they were not going to do it. There was three guys that were up for debate seriously. For just a little bit, Kenny Golladay was up for debate on whether or not the Lions would trade him. Another guy was Marvin Jones. And it was one more. It wasn't Kerryon. It was another guy that was in there. And some talk was, okay, are we going to get Stephon Gilmore? Because a lot of stuff. But remember last year, Matthew Stafford was huge. The trade, I don't think it was at the trade deadline, but it was talk that Matthew Stafford would be traded as well. And if you really reflect and you look back at it, it didn't make any sense. It made no sense for any of these trades to happen. Now, Kerryon Johnson is probably the only guy, in my opinion, all year. I've been saying, Lions going to trade him, man. Watch out for Kerryon Johnson. Lions might trade him. And when they cut Bo Scarborough last week, I knew that at that point, we've already gotten rid of Jason Huntley. We got rid of Kerryon Johnson. Jason Huntley and Ty Johnson. So at this point, it came down between Bo and Kerryon. And I'm like, well, you never know. They might have fielded calls on Kerryon, but nobody wants him. You know what I mean? So, but to me, that was the only move that made sense if we kept Bo. If we didn't keep Bo, it didn't make any sense. As far as the Stephon Gilmore, that made no sense at all either. We drafted Jeff Okudah with the 3rd overall pick. You already got the steal in Amani last year, who had a year to develop, and Okudah's coming along nicely. Why would you go get Stephon Gilmore? It didn't make any sense. And as far as Kenny Golladay, there's some talk about him being disgruntled, and he probably is. But we saw what happens, guys. I said it in yesterday's video. If Kenny Golladay is not on the field, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. And I guess that's why the Lions are bringing in wide receiver Mohamed Sanu. Spent a little bit of time with the Patriots and coming in for a workout. There's no word yet on. He's pretty much the Jermaine Kearse of last year. I think he's going to sign. I really, really think he's going to sign. The thing is, you know, what happens when Kenny Golladay comes back? If he is on temporary IR, because the rumor is that Trey Flowers could return, but Kenny Golladay, I'm like, how you go from week to week to permanent IR? I don't know about that either. But I'm glad the Lions didn't make any moves. I'm happy with the roster. Actually, they did make a move. It just wasn't at the trade deadline, which was acquiring Everson Griffin. Plus, here's the deal. The Detroit Lions have 5 draft picks for 2021. That tells me that 2 things. They are going to go real hard in free agency because they've got the highest cap space, I think, coming up that they've had in the last 5 years, something like that. Or they will finagle something right before the draft where, depending on where the Lions finish at for the year, maybe they give up their 1st-round pick or a 2nd-round pick to acquire 2 additional picks. The Lions had 9 picks before they traded a couple in last year's drafts, or I should say this year's draft. So I could see them doing something to gain 1 or 2 more to get up to at least 7. But we'll have to see about that as I pull out my Detroit Lions sunglasses. Shout out to the wife. So I'm happy. The one person that I wanted during the offseason is a Detroit Lion and will make his debut, or debut, I should say. I said debut. Will make his debut on Sunday. I'm ecstatic about that. He is the one guy I wanted this entire offseason. And this would probably tell why they passed on Jabal Sheard, because maybe they knew they were going to get Everson Griffin. I don't know, but Everson Griffin, but it kind of comes at a cost, man, because now Trey Flowers is gone. Trey Flowers is gone at least until Thanksgiving. So it's gonna be a rough November, but we've got opportunities here to be pretty solid. We've already lost one. We have 4 more games. We've got the Minnesota Vikings, the Washington football team, the Carolina Panthers, and we end the month on Thanksgiving against the Houston Texans. And then, of course, we don't play for 10 days after that. I honestly believe the Lions could go 3-2 at the worst, including the loss against Indianapolis. I think we should beat on Washington pretty handily, kind of like we did Jacksonville. It's going to be interesting to see Chase Young. This is just what my thoughts are. We should be able to beat the Houston Texans. My concern, honestly, is the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. I think we can beat the Panthers as well, but Christian McCaffrey will be back by then, and too bad we couldn't get him right before that he came back. So those are my thoughts, man. I'm happy overall with the moves that the Lions made, so we pretty much have the roster we're going to have for the remainder of the year. As far as trade is concerned, we can pick up a free agent, I guess. I don't know how long that lasts, but it's going to be an interesting couple of, I think November is really going to be the month to make a difference. So anyway, I'm going to get this sun out you guys' face. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and get ready for Thursday Night Football. We got 49ers and somebody. Should be a good game. It should be a good game. We're going to be doing that game live, and have some fun. So with that being said, I will holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.